Hello, and welcome back to Chrono Cross. It's been a long time since I made a video. It's been a long time since I last made my Let's Play video. My last Let's Play video. I don't remember which episode it was. But here we are, playing Chrono Cross once again. I'm really sorry for those. See, the reason I'm starting this back up... Hold on. Excuse me. The reason I'm starting this series back up is because I went back and I saw that this series was getting tons of views. Well, not tons, but you know, it got like 20 views on one of the episodes that I was looking at. So that kind of motivated me and pushed me to keep going, finish this up, and I'm almost done with it anyways. But yeah, that's what sort of, you know, drove me to finish this. So here I am finishing the Let's Play, and actually this is a voiceover. Yes, if you can tell, if you don't, it's because you can't hear all my keys clicking and whatnot. This is a voiceover. I recorded this, and well, what happened was I recorded this, and apparently for some reason DxStory decided not to record my mic. You know, it really made me mad when it happened, when I figured it out, when I learned it, because I had recorded a lot of this footage, about an hour's worth already, and it was a good recording too. It was a great session, but it was sullied because it was a wasted effort, and I can't really go back and here's me getting into a fight. I can't really go back and re-record it because I saved it already. I saved over this part, so I don't have the ability to go back and replay this part and re-record it, sadly. So I decided I might as well just show you guys the footage, show you what I got, and then do my best to voice over for this episode. It's gonna be about a 30-minute episode. I'm gonna have to talk for 30 minutes without playing. Sorry. Even looking at me play, I get mad whenever I run into a monster. But I'm really sorry about that, guys. I'm really definitely sorry about that. I did not. There's a little glitch where they just kind of floated to me. I am really sorry. I did not want that to happen at all. I had a really good recording setup too, a really good session going, and that's really the best thing I can use to describe it. I was really mad when I figured that out too. A whole hour's worth, and I can't really go back and re-record it. If I could have gone back and just re-recorded it, I would have been fine with that. But I can't because I already saved it. So now I've got to do this, and I feel it's not going to have as much charm the second time around. So I always want to get a good recording on the first time. But here we are in Terra Tower. I'm trying to do my best to avoid these ghost figures. I've already edited the video too, so I'm watching this in Vegas, and I'm just talking over it. I've edited it down so that it doesn't show too much unnecessary footage. But looks like here... yes, we have returned. Could this be? Viper Menor? What's going on? Yeah, I'm gonna read over this stuff. I did read over it while I was playing. So I might as well just read it now. I owe that to you guys. So you guys, I'm not gonna make you guys read. You can just listen. So here we're gonna encounter a little event with Balthazar, old man Balthazar. So whenever I'm ready, past Matt Hitsu. Welcome. It's good to see you finally made it here. I have been expecting you, Surge. Where are we? Is this Viper Manor? This is a space that does not exist, but don't mind that. More importantly, I have something I must explain to you. This is long dialogue. Who are ya? Oh, my name is Balthazar. In the ancient magical kingdom of Zeal, I was known as the Sage of Reason. Well, that was up until the Queen of Zeal attempted to harness the power of Lavos. Let's just say things got out of control, and Lavos created a dimensional vortex that threw me far into the future. Anytime, Itsu. There, I seized the opportunity to study the science of the future. ... I was then able to apply that knowledge I brought from my own era, including magic, which was long lost in the future. Anyway, this led me to make a huge progress in the research of time. Well, that research led to the creation of Chronopolis and to the time crash. You might think I really blew it, but perhaps it was really my finest hour. Anyway, I created a compact time machine that I dubbed the Neo Epoch. I used it to time warp to this age to learn of Chronopolis and Fate's plans, and to see how things were turning out. The Terra Tower is really a city of the Reptites from another dimension's future. It was originally Dinopolis, the castle of Azala's descendants who achieved an evolution much more intimate with our planet. Dinopolis was drawn into the dimension's past about 10,000 years ago. This was done so that it would serve as a counterbalance against Chronopolis, which Lavos pulled here. Okay. Needless to say, a fierce battle ensued. In the end, Chronopolis emerged as the victor, and the Reptites' fortress was sealed away by fate. But more important now is the role the dragons play in all of this. Originally, the whole archipelago of El Nido was known as the Sea of Eden. This was because it was where the dragon gods resided. But then fate sealed away the dragon god's powers, in effect becoming a god itself. Thus, the islands where the new godhead Fate existed came to be called the Sea of Eden instead. Perhaps you didn't realize it, but you were used by the dragon gods to eliminate Fate. It was not true that the dragon gods sealed away the frozen flame. Rather, it's quite the opposite. It was Fate that used the power of the flame to seal up the dragon gods. In reality, the dragon gods were in opposition to man, while Fate itself was actually the protector of humanity. The dragon gods were originally a singular plasma life form, a living accumulation of the planet's energy. Originally, it was a biological machine used to control the powers of nature in the future society of the Reptites. In order to control the natural energy itself, Fate divided the one dragon god entity up into 6 weaker plasma life forms, then scattered them across the land and sealed them away. Their dragon-like appearances are just pseudo-geistes, or pseudo, however you want to pronounce it. Temporary forms they take so that they can appear in this dimension. But all that changed when Fate was vanquished and its power hold was eliminated. At that moment, the 7 dragons who had been rendered almost powerless and forgotten traveled across the dimensions to reunite into a single entity. 7 dragons? I thought there were only 6. There were 6 dragons you knew of, and one more hidden dragon you didn't. Like the second moon that was once lost, but later was found. Although the same planet, my world didn't have 2 moons. Look up at the night sky now and you'll see 7 celestial bodies, 5 stars and 2 moons. 5 brother stars that correspond to the 5 colored dragons, ruling like gods over the night skies. 1 moon that corresponds to the white sky dragon, and another, darker, daughter moon to counterbalance them. The fire dragon, the water dragon, the green dragon, the earth dragon, the black dragon, the sky dragon, and 1 more. The final dragon, the dark moon dragon. The one who was to work to free the other dragons from their bondage by the Fate computer. The child the others created on the night of the electric storm that temporarily caused Fate to loosen its hold on them. I believe you knew her as Harley. What a twist. Yep. I think I went on a monologue about this. That's why it's taken so long to go to the next dialogue. Who would have known that it was one but Harley? Unbelievable! The dragon gods were the essence of nature on this planet. Perhaps we can consider what's happening as our planet's vengeance on us. To finally sweep away the unwanted humans from the face of this blue planet. First it was fate, now it's the planet, or vice versa, but either way you look at it now's their time to set things right. The future of mankind, the destiny of this planet, everything depends on the next battle you will fight. But unfortunately for us, the time has come to part. Hey, mister, is that the Chrono Cross you guys have over there? The Chrono Cross, the melody and harmony. Why, of course, everyone knows what that is. It has the power to cross space and time and unify people's thoughts and feelings. It has the power to transfer memories. If I do recall, I do recall. By using it as an element, it has the power to draw on the sounds of the 6 colored elements to produce a healing harmony. Remember that, that's a hint for the future. It has the power to combine the sounds of the world into one melody. Alright, see ya guys. I'm sure we'll meet again soon, in one time period or another. Be careful now, and good luck. There's a lot of hints about the 6 elements that I'm gonna just continually rag on you guys about. That comes into play later on in the story. So you guys try to figure it out. So far what we know is 6 elements, sounds, Chrono Cross. And I'll leave you guys with that. Now it looks like I'm trying to get to a treasure chest. In this editing, I skipped a lot of inventory management, which is good. Cuts it down. I think this hour-long recording is gonna end up being 2 episodes, about 30 minutes each. The next one will probably be shorter than this one because it was only 30 minutes. Who knows? This one was actually about 40 minutes. It was 2 recordings that I was gonna separate into 2 episodes, but yeah. There's the Harley Moon, I believe, the red one. And here is where... Ah, yes, okay. We're going into this room. And we got... Ah, yes. Remember that. That is a melody, a lovely melody. Keep it in mind, my friends. Wink wink, nudge nudge, elbow point in the correct direction, which is beneath your arm, on your ribs. Alright, so this, you guys, this is the They seem to have this theme going on. This whole 6 pentagram or diagram thing. They have that everywhere in this game. So this is the boss, a green boss, a green egg, if you can tell. Return our trees, give back our green forests. I will suck you in until you do so. It is you who holds this responsibility. I really love the character designs of all these monsters. It's really unique, fresh. That's why I love RPG games, because they just come up with some really amazing character designs, enemy boss designs, boss monster designs. It's really unique and lovely, and this scenery, and it's great. So yeah, what this guy's doing is use an infoscope. I believe what it does is, if I were to use it on him, it gives me like it tells me his HP and a few other things maybe. But I don't think this guy actually has the AI capability to use it to his advantage. So it's probably more for show. Of course, I could be wrong. Here I use upheaval. It's I noticed in this playthrough that I really don't use yellow or blue elements at all. The only blue elements I use is Cure and its derivatives. I mainly use white, black, green, and red, and that's because Surge, Kid, and Glenn, they are white, red, and green attributes. Yes, I kept going with the pilfer on these boss monsters, but really it's kind of useless. They just gave me green brooches, and sort of useless items. But these boss monsters, I think I was able to breeze through them pretty easily without too much of a problem. Of course, I did die, or I didn't lose, but a few of my characters died every now and then. But that's what revive's for. Like Kid, she almost died just now. That was crazy. He just let out a 4-element barrage on her. It was crazy. And not fair. But here we use... yeah, I sacrifice healing her in order to use X-Strike. Let's see if it plays out. 1528 damage. And it worked to my advantage. Luckily, we killed him with that, and we didn't have to heal Kid immediately. I do heal her after the battle, but is this sound loud to you guys? I think it's kind of loud to me. Having a hard time hearing. I am, because I have the volume on max, actually. You guys hear my fan going on in the back? It's got like a little clinking sound. I noticed that in some of my videos. I'm sorry about that. That's just how my fan is. And my computer's in my room, so I have to keep the fan on, or else it just gets way too hot in here. You know, I could move my computer out there, but I don't want to move it again. And also, my computer's right here, my bed's right next to it, so when I get off, I can just hop right into bed. Yeah, today's my day off. Today's Sunday, so I'm recording all this Chrono Cross. This will hopefully go out on Friday. This Friday. Tomorrow is Monday, and I have school Monday. Hopefully Monster Hunter will have gone out. And I hope you guys enjoyed that series. I'll talk more about that whenever that comes. But I believe I tried to end the episode there. But and I started a new one, but after looking at all my footage, I've decided to just continue on with this and go on to the next part. I actually went all the way back to save and didn't realize there's a save point in the next map. So, smarty tardy. Ah yes, this is them observing Surge up there, says Kid. 2 beams, and 2 more beams. That must be the summit. Of course. Look, those 2 beams coming from either side. I wonder if they act as some sort of sealing device. Who knows, Glenn? That's some intuitive thinking there. You smart guy. Okay, so we got 2 more bosses, if you couldn't tell by the 2 roads that stretch out left and right. I decided to go left first because, as I said in the recording, I am a left-handed person. You know, just because I'm left-handed, you know, I'm gonna go off on a little rant here. Just because you're left-handed doesn't mean you need to use a left-handed guitar. That's just making it more. It's just making it tougher on you to use a left-handed guitar as opposed to learning a right-handed guitar, because I really don't think that has any effect on whether you're left-handed or right-handed. And actually, if you're left-handed, it would be best to use a right-handed guitar because you'll have more strength in your left hand. You'll be able to fret better. So I don't know. That's just my little rant on guitars for left-handed people. Use the right-handed guitar, you idiots. It's the way guitars are made. It's not set for right-handers only. Now binders, oh, those are terrible for left-handed people. And notebooks, God, you write from left to right. If you're left-handed, you're just gonna get ink all over your palm, and then you're gonna rub it on the little railings that hold the paper together. Anyways, here's this guy, this Tauros guy, using Omega Black on me and completely wrecking Kid in one shot, and that really scared me. But luckily for me, I think I had a white plate on Surge, so no matter what, Surge was gonna be fine. Or at least he was going to be fine from elemental attacks. Physical attacks would wreck him. And typical Kid, sucking it up with less than 100 damage on her attacks. Of course, she is still using a stone weapon. I probably should have upgraded her to a spectral weapon by now, but that's a lot of grinding to do, and you honestly don't need it for this game. Like, this is my first playthrough, no new game pluses, and I'm running through it pretty easily, I'd have to say. Yeah, he almost wrecked Glenn there. One more attack would have killed him. Now I have him heal everyone. Ah, yes. What a lovely way to spend a Sunday. Just playing games and recording. I love it. Thank God they let me have a time off before school starts. 666. Oh, this isn't good news for you, Mr. Dark Tauros man. Here I try to finish him off with my flying arrow. Turns out that's the wrong move, because look at that damage. Barely any more than my regular attacks, but I killed him. I killed him. That's what matters. He's dead. And I need to cut my hair. It's getting in my face. I will do that after recording. Ah, yes. Continue to level up. We've destroyed that crystal, so that's one beam sealed. Now we must get the other beam. Can you guys get other beam? Can you guys guess what element that boss will be? I'll try to skip through some boring stuff, as I said. Stuff you don't really need to see. It's just walking to and from. I'll show you the walking to, but not the from. And in this little road here, it's got a little wind, so I had a hard. Well, no, I didn't have a hard time. It pushed me around. If it pushes you into one of those guys, you'll have to battle them. Luckily for me, I know how to navigate in the winds like this, so it's okay. It's okay. It's okay when it's in a three-way. Here we go. There's a jump pad that'll warp us to the next area. Again, guys, thank you so much for all the support on this. I might not even have come back to this game if I didn't look back and see there was like 10, 20 views on each episode. That surprised me, because when I released them for the first few days, they had like maybe 4 or 5 views, which I'm glad they get views, but compared to 20, that's really surprising. So thank you guys for all the support on these episodes. Even if you only just, well, it kind of is bad to just click on the episode once and then just leave, because it reduces my audience retention, which reduces my search rankings. But the fact that you clicked and you thought it was interesting enough to click, that satisfies me. So here's another boss fight for you. Pretty similar to the previous one, except he's white element. So yeah, I actually believe this is the same model as the red guy that we fought way back in the other fort. But yeah, these boss fights are pretty easy, I think. If like you guys saw this, you guys watched this playthrough, I was able to pretty much breeze through this game. Of course, I knew what was going on, what's going to happen, so I knew how to prepare accordingly, and I knew how to get Masamune and Lancer. So I knew how to, you know, get the good equipment and such, but still, I think for a new person to play this, it would be pretty easy to play through. Now, it would be pretty cool if they remade this game in HD. I think using emulators can get this game to pretty high quality, but it would be nice if they remade Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross and turn that into like a Chrono HD collection or something. Maybe even release a third game that follows up on this, because while this isn't a direct sequel to Chrono Trigger, because it doesn't have all the same characters, same tropes, it kind of cleans up the story that was left in Chrono Trigger, is what I hear anyways. So it'd be nice to see a third game to clean up on the events of this, the following events after. Well, I don't want to spoil it for you. So yeah, that'd be interesting to see a you know, an HD remake of these games along with a third game. I'm sure a lot of people would appreciate it too, but I don't know, a lot of people are weary about Square Enix doing stuff. This is back when Squaresoft was still alive. It's not like Square Enix never put out anything great though. They put out, I believe they put out Final Fantasy X and Kingdom Hearts, the Kingdom Hearts series. So they've done good. They've also done, yeah, they've done okay. But anyways, HD remake would be really nice for this game, I think, in my opinion. IMO, TBH, to be honest. And yeah, we seem to be wrecking this guy, as we do for all the bosses in this game. And look, we just killed him. There we go. He was a white element, and he is now down. And I believe with this, I cap off the episode. I wonder which episode it is. Let me look real quick. Episode 48. Oh, you know, we're gonna end off on a nice episode. I've already finished the finale of this, so oh, dirt! I forgot to explain why I postponed this. I will explain that in the next episode. I'm so sorry, guys. I explained it in this episode when I was actually recording, but as you know, as you are aware, the mic didn't record. So anyways, a few more, about a minute left in this recording session. So again, I'm sorry guys, I'm so sorry that that this even happened. It's unprofessional that this happened, and I really should have checked my recordings, but again, DX Story sometimes just likes to say, hey, we don't want to record correctly today. I don't think you need your mic, so we're not going to record that. So I'm sorry guys, but hopefully you guys can enjoy this. I'm doing my best to at least provide some entertaining commentary over this gameplay footage, and try to be relative to the footage as well. So thank you guys again for watching. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Tune in for the next episode. Take care, have a good day. Bye bye.